a little nervous, but that's normal. Yeah.
Can't phase the fighting hamster, huh?
Oh my God, don't even. I thought we were over that.
It's out there. It's in the YouTube version.
No.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Raymond Acosta. I am here with you tonight. I know we just put out a fight series, Bad Raps fight series episode not too long ago. This is going to be a little bit new, but it was definitely something that has been kind of just been brought up to me recently. Ever since I moved to the DFW area, and I've been told of this young lady fighter, and she's going to tell you about herself in a little bit here. I've been told about her. I looked her up and I was just looking and I was like, golly, yeah, we definitely got to chat it up. So today we have Miss Jennifer Sao Lao. Is it Chanthavong?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that is? Okay. And you are a local native here in the DFW area. I heard you were were you born here or were you just
born and raised in Texas? Mm-hmm.
Born and raised in Texas. And you are a Muay Thai fighter. And the reason why I kind of rushed to reach out to you, and I was surprised that you even reached back out to me. And I was like, oh, usually nobody responds. But no, I wanted to get you on because you had mentioned that you had just taken a last minute kind of a fight, and this was within the past couple of weeks that you learned of this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, and it's going down next month. Oh no, hold on, it's the 11th. Okay, it's going down next week. It's almost Thanksgiving. So yeah. So how did you hear about this opportunity? I know you just fought a little bit earlier this year.
I heard about this opportunity. My coach told me that there's a upcoming fight. I stayed in shape. Mm-hmm. I stuck with my meal preps, and he wanted me to fight so that I'm always ready. So I stayed ready, and I stayed on weight as much as possible because you never know with opportunities like this happening. So
I know there was word out there that you were trying to get down to a lower weight class, right? Like around the 105. So, and this is going to keep you around 112 for this one. So it's what was your last fight at?
My last fight was 110, and it was probably one of the hardest and lowest weight cut I've ever reached. But, we made it happen. So anything's possible. And I'm pretty excited. So,
and we were talking a little bit before, we turned on the cameras here that there's been some last minute changes as far as like who you're going to be up against. My question before that was actually, well, how do you even like prepare with these last minute fights and who you're going to end up facing in that ring? But then it kind of even changes a little bit more now that I don't even know if you know who you're fighting. So how do you keep your head in that whole space and even prepare for that?
Well, just mentally, always get yourself prepared for it. Of course, the physical aspects of it, of working out and, being at the gym all the time. But the mental aspect of it, I try to meditate and read as much as possible about just being fight ready. I read a lot of self-help books, and that's what helps me a lot to prepare, for fights. And I read a lot of sports psychology books just to get me prepared, because in the past, I didn't really do that. But now I've gotten better, definitely. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't that's definitely going to keep that mental tenacity in there the whole time, and also just a little bit more relaxed, just because you know yourself a little bit more in that area, right? So a lot of my audience, me coming from the state of Washington, I'm not sure if they're very familiar with you. So let's kind of know you a little bit better, give them a little bit of your history. So, my first question was, when I first started flipping through. And I was talking to a buddy of mine that actually knew you, and he said, like, look at her, bro, look at her. She's so cute, and she's out there kicking butt. And I was like, I wonder why fight? And I kind of just read up on you a little bit and saw some of your vids. Can you tell us a little bit of, again, I'm sure you've told this story a few times, but how did you even get into the ring or even into the fight game?
So I would say it was a very bad breakup. But I would say that was the climax of it all, because over the years, being in a household where it's male dominant, or always having to put others first, and I had a lot of anger built up over the years, and that bad breakup too was the whole thing. The whole climax. I was 184 pounds. I was unhappy, and I had to really do a lot of retrospection on finding my worth, and why am I feeling this way. And it turns out it was just years and years of built up anger and not working on myself and putting others for me. So, and, I hope a lot of people are able to relate. And, I'm all about transparency too, because I'm pretty sure in a lot of cultures, women always have to put others first. So,
yeah, and you're absolutely right on that. There is that feeling of just totally being submissive, being grown up, and you have to act a certain way and behave a certain way. So once you started kind of, I want to say maybe soul searching at that point, right? Just because you didn't feel right as a whole, as a person, and then you started going this route. How was that taken by the family when you decided to pursue the fight game?
Honestly, I didn't. I mean, I honestly didn't tell them. I was just trying to find who I was, because I had a whole identity crisis, over years. I didn't know what my self-worth or self-value was. And, I was in search of that. And it takes, of course, I want to let people know, it takes years. And when you reach that rock bottom, the only way is to go up and try to find yourself as much as possible. And I found the gym. I worked on myself, and I'm still working on myself now. So, and as for my family, I don't know how they feel about it. Aside from my mom's actually kind of scared. My dad is just like, she's doing her own thing. Let her do it. And I have 2 baby sisters that I hope they can look back and be like, dang, that's my sister. She's kicking butt, or, And
there's no brothers. Are there brother?
I do have an older brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he texts me and he's like, "Let me watch your fight," and yeah.
And I mean, do you?
He's proud of me,
Do you let them? Because I'm still kind of in that, when you come home and then all of a sudden you got a few black eyes here and there, or a few bruises on the shin. It's like, how does that take? And especially if you were kind of just hiding that, setting it aside, or they didn't really even. Were they just looking past that?
No worry. I try not to show them. I don't want them to worry about me. So I know it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I should let others know how I feel, but at the same time, when it's something like that, training, I'm not gonna tell them. So
that first fight, I mean, I'm sure it started kind of leading up to it, and you probably just told coach there that I want to start pursuing this in a little bit more of a higher level, rather than just sparring in the gym. What was that like? I mean, that's got to be something else.
So it started off with me, of course, wanting to lose weight, right? Yeah. So it just kind of happened.
That escalated very quickly.
Yeah, it happened. So
what a road, though. I mean, you went in there and you're a little bit heavier than what you were used to, and then you just started trimming down. You start feeling yourself, and you're like, you know what? I think I might have to kick somebody's butt. So and then you got in that ring, right?
Yeah.
Was it a local one, or did you have? How was the first one?
It was the local one, and the first one was an adrenaline rush. I was also full of I got the jitters. I was nervous and everything, but that's of course my coaches were telling me that's a normal feeling. You should always feel that way, but I wasn't used to it. So it was a heck of an experience, but here we are now. So
wow. I can't even imagine just all of a sudden just having to escalate that quickly. Okay, so Sao Lao. I know what that is. We've got a pretty mixed audience here. Can you give us a little bit of an explanation? What exactly is Sao Lao, and how did you get that?
Well, Sao Lao, growing up, you always have to be a proper lady. You always have to put others before you, as previously mentioned. But I want to show others you can be a lady too, but you can also have a strong side. So, and you can always kick butt.
And
And
what's the translation to that? Because I'm Filipino. I was like, yeah, and I got a Filipino audience also, and we've got some folks back in Seattle that just mixed nationalities. It's like Sao Lao is, from my understanding, it's what, like little girl or
mhm,
like just a young ladies type of
young
thing.
lady, proper lady, and
Proper lady.
mhm,
Hmm. And then
and
and you're in there just just turn it around at that point. So that stuck. I like it. It just rolls. It rolls with the name itself, and it's definitely dope that you're in there doing your thing. So with the Lao culture being so present in the DFW area, and of course, I mean this is world renowned. Lao New Year over here is just wild, and just the biggest one, right?
mhm.
How do you feel about the Lao community supporting you, and it's like, do you feel them very present there? I mean, and when you're in the fights, are they there for you,
Yes,
and how is that?
it's so surreal because I'm sorry if I bring up my past a lot or so,
Mm,
but again, I had a lot of anger in the past because I always had to be a people pleaser, and I always felt like no one really had my back. And now, just
mm-hmm,
out of nowhere, I have like this huge community that comes together, and it's something that I am really grateful. I haven't fully grasped it, but I'm so grateful for it, and to have this community behind me is a beautiful thing. It's still, it makes me feel emotional, and I'm trying not to go there. So,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I've seen some of the stuff that I've seen a lot of footage, and I've seen a lot of some stuff about you out there, and in the interwebs, in the YouTube universes, and in the socials, right? And I'm also like, when I reach out and I hear and I talk to people, it's like, yo, what do you guys know about her? And it's like, how should I talk to her? It's like, you have to understand, this girl is like, a lot of kids are actually very much in the community, very much looking up to her. You're a local hero. How does that how did and my thing is, it's like, now I want to introduce you. When I reached out to you, I was like, I want other people, like I want you, like, beyond like DF Dub and even just the lower US here. I've got a growing group, or not even growing group. It's like a growing notoriety of Lao community in Washington State and beyond, even the Lao community. I want people to know who you are and start following you. How does that feel? I know you did this just to kind of better yourself and everything like that, but it's much more of a responsibility now. How does that feel?
it feels, at first, I thought it was a lot of pressure, but I realized, I shouldn't see it
Mm-hmm.
that way. They're here to support, and I should always see it as a positive light. And to see me as a hero, I would say I'm inspiring a huge masses, and I hope I'm relatable in some ways, or someone can really feel the way I felt when I was at my lowest. But I just want to show people that anything, it really is possible whenever you put your mind to it, even when you
Mm-hmm.
least expect it, because all of this was just least expected. So that's why I'm still trying to fully grasp it. It's it's a beautiful thing. So I would say, don't view me as a hero, but just view me as someone extremely relatable, and view
Yeah.
yourself as a hero. Pick yourself up. If you feel like there are so many people doubting you or anything, please believe in yourself, because that's what it takes.
Yeah. Great. That's awesome. I mean, there's certainly a lot of maturity in what you're saying in this thing, and I'm pretty sure it's very thoughtful, and there's there that's definitely needed in this day and age. Wow, what a journey it's been for you. And you've been in the fight game for what, 4 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still get nervous?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah,
Everyone gets
yeah.
nervous for the fights, especially my coaches when they told me when they my coach Rob had like over 40 fights, and he says he still gets nervous regardless. So, it's
Mm,
a normal thing, and they're always reassuring me that you're human, you should always feel that way. I mean, not always, but you should have some sort of feeling coming up in the fight. So,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely, I mean, you just as long as you care, you're going to feel nervous out there. Just as long as you're, passionate about this, there's those nerves. But I'm pretty sure there's now that veteran calmness that, once everything kind of just starts, right? Just
Mhm.
and start getting into it, you're good to go there. Okay, good. So I want to talk about your upcoming fight and your approach on this thing. But before we get there, we want to get to know you a little bit better. A little bit more outside of just the fight
Yeah.
game and everything like that. Get to know what Miss Sao Lao does. So what's a typical weekend? I mean, you're not there, right?
Yeah, I
Are you
am
there? You
there.
are that. Well, especially now. So if you're not training for your next fight, what's an ideal kind of just decompression and kind of just out of the gym type of a thing? You're smiling like, nope, it's the gym. Nope.
Oh, well, I read. I've gotten into a lot of reading.
Mm-hmm.
It helped a lot with, you know, just making sure my headspace is right, and also
Mm-hmm.
lay down a lot. I lay down a lot, and I just relax too because my body needs it. But if I do want to go out, I'm usually if I do want to go out, I'm at a cafe or something reading. I guess it's pretty boring. So,
No, that's good. I mean, you're staying out of trouble. You don't
yeah.
you don't want to be out there getting in trouble. Okay. Do you cook?
Oh, yes,
Do
I
you
do.
throw down in the kitchen?
Duh, I was a chubby
Yeah.
person.
I don't know. There's a lot of drive-throughs in Texas. That's what I've noticed about Texas here, man. Like in the DFW area, people love their drive-throughs. They don't get out and order. They'd rather line up. It's like around the corner. But so you could throw down though in the kitchen. So what's aside from Lao food?
Mhm.
I would like aside from Lao food. What's your go-to? What's the other cuisine
Oh, man.
that you?
This is a hard one because I'm not a picky eater,
Okay.
Really depends on my mood. But aside from Laos food and Thai food,
Mm-hmm.
I do like Vietnamese food. It's one of my
Okay.
two.
That's too close. That's
Oh,
too close.
dang it. Okay.
Give me something else. Non-Southeast Asian.
Non-Southeast Asia. Okay.
It's tough because I like them. I like them all too.
Okay. This might be underrated, but
Okay.
I said Indian food. Indian food is
Indian
good.
food. Yeah, that heat. But it's hard for me to differentiate sometimes just the vindaloo and the curries and all that other stuff. But they're all bomb. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay? So going back to Lao food, then what's your favorite Lao food? What's the dish?
My favorite sompa, the fermented fish that's fried.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, and that's the one that you wrap it in some leaves, right? And then you have a little bit of a okay.
Yeah. Or sometimes I just eat it straight with sticky rice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing I like about Lao food is it's not necessarily even the food itself. It's just how much fresh veggies come with it. I mean, I remember the first time we ordered Lao food, it came out and there was just a huge, just huge plate of just veggies, and I think that's so underrated, and that's why I like it so much. Let's see. So we know that about you. What kind of music are you into nowadays?
Lately, I mean, the genre I mostly listen to is rock, alternative rock, but my favorite band is Hellstorm. So
Hellstorm.
yeah, Hellstorm,
Wow.
they're my favorite band. I've been trying to see them, but they're always traveling up north and Europe. So
And is that the walk-in song?
yeah,
Yeah, that gets you.
the
That gets
last
you
one
going.
too. So yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, shoot. So this fight is next. What is it? Next week. What is it today? We're on. It was the first. Is it the first? Yeah. It's in about 10 days. What's the motions that you're going to be going through within the next few days here?
Emotions.
Yeah.
I would say my coach and I, we've been practicing a lot on just what we do best, and sparring a lot too. He's pretty satisfied with how I've been doing. Of course, we're incorporating a lot more combinations this time And as we're implementing more combinations, always following it up with other things. It's like, if is that too vague, or do I need to go in specific?
You give us whatever you got, because I'm just following. I'm trying to see like what this week's gonna be for you. I've never been a fighter as far as, in this particular space here. So I'm just trying to see, again, you took this last minute. You knew you were fighting, who you were fighting, and then all of a sudden you didn't know who you're fighting as of today.
Mhm.
And I think I had asked you over our text, and I said, hey, I want to know about just this. I know it's a little scarce in the area as far as lady Muay Thai fighters, as far as preparation. Is that even something that you seek out, or is it just, what, we'll just do our combos here, we'll do our timing, and I'm just going to train my coach? Is that what you've been doing, or do you try to bring other people into, or you go out and try to spar?
Well, we bring in a lot of people with our open sparring, and then sometimes they go out too to find sparring. But I have come across like my fair share of sparring women about my height, or a bit taller. Excuse me. And they're really talented. So really talented fighters. And I spar a lot with the guys too. So me improve a lot.
Yeah.
Everyone brings something different. That's what it is.
And that's good, especially if you don't know who the heck you're fighting, or what's going to be, across from you at that. I mean, you got to see height, and I don't know. Well, it's not going to be this wide, because you guys are going to be at 112 on this one. Okay. Yeah. So tell us about this fight coming up. The venue itself. What do you know of it, and who's promoting it? I know. I think I read Premier Fighting Alliance. Is that who it is?
Yes.
So they're the promotion. And where's the actual venue itself, and how can we see this? Can we put it out there and have them watch it?
Yeah, it's gonna be DoubleTree, and it's gonna be in Gilbert, Arizona. So
Gilbert. Okay.
And we also have 3 other fighters fighting on that card from our gym too. So aside from mine, 3 other guys. So
that's awesome. And so you guys are gonna be. When do you take off? That's going to be later this week?
Yes, it is. Friday? I believe. No. Okay. Thursday night. It's going to be Thursday night.
Thursday night. And then you're over there, and it's fight time. Make sure you shoot that over to me. I'll make sure to put it out on the socials, just for people to see you out there, just the entire card. I want people to start following you, man, because I seen what you can do in there. I seen the last fight. I was like, good God. And I seen one of your first ones. I think it was against Marissa Ramos. Yeah. And I was watching that, and I'm like, how the? I was pretty darn disappointed in that whole thing. I was like, how the heck did this happen? You all got to watch that thing to start. And that's when I started kind of just following. I was like, I gotta get in this more, because you're definitely a beast in there. Okay, so November 11th, Gilbert, Arizona. Do you know when you're fighting yet, or is that going to come out a little bit later?
Be determined as of right now. So we're not sure, but we will keep you guys updated.
Yeah, let me know. I'll put it out there. If you guys want to follow Miss Sao Lao here, she is on Insta. I think what's your handle?
It is Jennifer Sao Lao Chanthavong, but it has dots in between it. So Jennifer.sao.lao.chanthavong.
I'll make sure to put that on here also. I know you just got done with your class and doing a little bit more workout. I'm sure it's a long day. So
I have a coach right here, and he's telling me what to do. I'm like, what is it? I'm trying to.
The dots are the Instagram account. It's just Jennifer Sao Lao Chanthavong on Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay, I will make sure. I'll get all that stuff right. Jennifer, it's awesome that you're even sitting here with us, and good luck. We are going to be watching I am, for at the very least. I got some people that are actually, they told me, it's like, after you're done, let me know how that goes, and I'm going to shoot this out immediately so we can get it out before you even get out of town. We'll keep pushing it, and we are so very proud, and I'm so very happy that you're here to represent at least this area. it's just going to get bigger, and I hope people keep following you along the way. Congratulations so far. Thank you so much.
Yeah.